Like nervous brides and grooms fleeing the altar, New Jersey's 500-plus municipalities have rejected virtually all proposals to tie the knot. Let's take a look at two towns in Morris County that have that same anxiety. Chatham Borough and Chatham Township are two quiet, carefully developed residential communities located in north-central New Jersey, about 25 miles west of New York City on the eastern edge of Morris County. Chatham was named one of the top 10 places to live in the United States by Money magazine in 2005. Even more private is neighboring Chatham Township, with a population of just over 10,000. New Jersey Monthly magazine ranked Chatham Township as the best place to live in New Jersey in its monthly rankings. George Sweeten has been living in Chatham Borough for over 50 years.
Difference between the two, well, Chatham Borough has its Main Street. You know, it's hometown USA for me. Everybody knows each other in both towns. I just, like I said, I'm going to be a little prejudiced. I grew up in this town where, you know, when I was a little kid, so-and-so lived here that's moved away, and, oh, you live in, you know, so-and-so's house, you know, and those are the good things, you know, keeping the memories.
Chatham Borough and Chatham Township held elections in November of 1986 to consider joining their separate school districts. This proposal was supported by the voters of both municipalities, and since then, they now share a regionalized school district. Jim O'Neill is the Director of Education for the School District of the Chathams.
The community is seen as a fairly affluent community, and I would say that this economic downturn has impacted us dramatically compared to any downturns in the past. We've had a growing population of students, and due to the affluence that real estate taxes pay roughly 93–94% of the cost of running the school district. Those expenses go up on an annual basis, and people have fewer funds that are expendable in this economy.
In January of this year, O'Neill wrote a letter to the Chatham Township Council asking for a review to merge the two towns in light of the recent economic downturn they have been facing.
Township has indicated a willingness to go forward, but not a willingness to do it alone because they need to partner with the borough. And the borough has been quite open about not being interested in doing so. My sense is the overwhelming number of people who have kids in the school district would be supportive of at least the study, if not the merger subsequently.
Wheaton, a volunteer firefighter in Chatham Borough and landscaper in both towns, clearly voiced his opinion on the matter.
I'm personally against it. I don't see any big savings. Things you can make things bigger and better and stuff. Not necessarily you're going to make everything better by making it bigger.
Don Dinhaupt, also a borough resident and shirt salesman, is all for any measure that would save the two communities money.
I think any time local government or federal government can save money by sharing services, it's good for everybody, especially both communities. I think there's no downfall to it. I think the towns are very similar. I mean, the only main difference is Chatham Township is a more rural area, where Chatham Borough has a more developed downtown area. So as one town, it really incorporates the best of both worlds into the one town.
And some residents believe in just sharing some of the services.
Oh, you bet. I look at heavy equipment that might be used by the different towns, but the towns can't really afford to, you know, pay for this equipment, or don't want to buy it or put it on some kind of plan to pay for it in the future.
In the September issue of the Township Republican Committee newsletter, it is estimated that merging the two Chathams could save residents close to $1 million a year. Sweeten does not trust those numbers.
I don't see the benefit. If I'm not mistaken, the township has a bigger liability with taxes or whatever, where the borough doesn't.
I'm sure that there are some things that would benefit the borough and some things that would benefit the township, and likewise some things would be adverse to one or the other. My guess in the long run is going to be pretty close.
With today's economy, it's not feasible for adjacent towns to duplicate services anymore, and the state will probably have to mandate mergers.